Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, and I am here to chat with you about scarcity. And in case anyone doesn't know what that is, scarcity is the belief that there will never be enough of something. And in the world that we are at right now, I know it's a little scary, it's a little frightening, it's new, but I think it's the feeling that won't bring things that we need, and it will probably not be exactly what we need to focus on, especially if you're trying to find a job. If you've been laid off, or if you've been furloughed, or if you even were looking previously to this whole entire pandemic, it is the direct opposite of abundance. And it is a feeling that will put you in direct opposition with what you need for a successful job search. So now, in the wake of the pandemic, it is even more important to understand this concept and how it affects your career. So a scarcity mentality sees the limitations instead of opportunities. So instead of seeing growth opportunities, challenges, or new ways to achieve your goals, or even find a new role, however you want to look at that, it sees problems, it sees obstacles, it sees restrictions. And with scarcity thinking, shortages will prevail, and everything is something to hoard, fight over, because there will never be enough. Everyone knows the joke about the toilet paper, the paper towels, and the napkins, the wipes that no one can find because they've been hoarded. That's all scarcity mentality, because people can't buy enough of them. It's the same thing that if people think that there's not enough jobs, or that they won't reach their goal because they're not enough, which is even worse actually, because then that's something inside of you. So yes, life can be unfair, but change can seem impossible at times, and everything can seem like an uphill battle. I know we've been quarantined for well over a month now, and it's just not getting easier. For some people, it's getting very hard. But if you are stuck in scarcity, you are going to feel like that you will never find a new role. You will feel like you will never achieve your goals. And when someone is stuck inside of this scarcity mentality, they believe that they need to hang on to a miserable job, just because they do not believe that they will ever find another one. So now with the current recession or downturn, however you want to look at it, someone might believe, well, I hate this job, but I would really, really love to find something new, something better. But I'm petrified to do that because I'm lucky I have one at all. That is actually scarcity mentality as well. So in the same sense, people tend to hoard money because it's scary to maybe make a smart investment, especially one in yourself, because you'll say, well, I should hold on to that money and use it for something else, like paying bills or whatever it might be. And all that does is that type of thinking will keep you stuck. So that doesn't help you at all. And also, someone with this type of thinking will only limit their plans to safe baby steps, because they do not know how to take a prudent risk. And a prudent risk is something that's a smart risk. We're not talking about doing something stupid, something crazy. We're just talking about a smart risk. And there's nothing smarter than ever investing in yourself and in the thing that pays you the most. And that is your career, your job, the thing that literally pays you every week or every couple of weeks. Because that's the thing that will keep you the happiest in your life. And there's been so many studies and so many other things that have shown us that when you're unhappy in that, you're unhappy everywhere in your life. I mean, we can talk about how the divorce rate will go up. People will file for bankruptcy, all kinds of things. And I've worked with all kinds of clients where that's just totally true. And it's sad. And it's not what I like to hear. But it all starts with one thread of negative thinking. So let's talk about an abundance mentality. And that is believing that there's always more, that it includes more opportunities, more ideas to try, more ways to achieve a new goal, more ways to even reach a goal that you've had, more jobs on the market, more ways to grow, more things to fall in love with, and more ways to turn a bad situation into a success. And what worse things can we think about than turning this pandemic into a bad situation into a success? We can try and turn this around, but it requires some positive thinking and not just saying rah, 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 like we're a bunch of cheerleaders and putting a Band-Aid over it. It's about getting to the root of the actual issue of what's going on and fixing it. So those with an abundance mentality take sensible risks. They think big. They believe that there are other jobs as good or as better as the one that you have. They invest in themselves to achieve powerful growth and better results. So they know what to do, when to do it, and how they want to do it. And if they don't, they seek help to get that guidance. Now, it's important to also mention that these mindsets are choices. And there's someone that I've worked with in the past that calls scarcity. And that's because when someone is trapped in that mindset, they're afraid of everything. And with the current crisis and the economic downturn, it's easy to let your fears and scarcity win. And it's easy to just listen to all the negative things that the media is saying. But the best thing to do, listen to you. What can you achieve? How can you achieve it? Don't listen to them. You are your own best investment. You are your own best risk. You can be you are your best choice. There's no better choice than you. So listening to all the other things will just put extra noise in your head. So in order to get through this crisis and to achieve your next career goal, you need to be strong, focused. You need a growth mindset, not one that's going to be rooted in fear because it's going to make you want to run the other way. Looking to compare results, one that can't understand how it affects their future career goals and their compensation. You need to focus on yourself, and you need to focus on how you can do it and what will get you there. So it's important if you're trying to break a pattern in your life, and some of you may be. It could be a pattern of having bad jobs, not having the career or the salary that you want, beating yourself up for not having any of those, wishing that you've had them. Then it comes down to the root of changing how you think in order to receive such a major transformation. And that is a major transformation to get you to those things. So scarcity and abundance mentalities are options. And the choice is there for anyone and everyone to make. But you can't choose abundance if you don't know what it is, and don't see it, and you don't know that you're succumbing to scarcity. So how will you learn to identify with it without a plan of action and taking bold steps towards the goals that you have in mind for yourself? But what you do have the power to change is your reaction. Even with everything that's happening around you, you still have the power to change your reaction, because we all have the power to tune the news out, turn the media off, and go focus on something more productive, like what we can change for ourselves. But this current crisis requires an even stronger, even more focused, and more resilient mindset than ever before. But the question comes to you, are you ready to step into that? And to step in your power and find your career success? I'm going to leave a link in the comments for you to schedule a strategy session if that's you. and I'd love to talk to you. So I appreciate everyone taking the time today to tune in, listen, and to join. And if you have any questions, feel free to pass them on and to let me know. I'd love to hear from you and answer those. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has a great Wednesday and stay safe and stay healthy. And I will be back next week.